Thank you very, very much, Madam President, for according us this time. I must start with the question, comes June the 30th and it's 1 o'clock. What will you be doing? What is the first thing you want to do? Running?
I will probably take my oath of office as congresswoman of my district.
Is this the first thing you will be doing?
Yes, because then as my term as president ends, my term as congresswoman begins.
I see, interesting.
Yes.
But on the personal level, what would you be doing? Are you going to go for a vacation? Are you going to maybe just rest?
I haven't decided. I haven't done my schedule yet, because as congresswoman of my district, then I will have some legislation that I have to prepare for.
Oh, so work as usual.
Yes, that's right.
Are you a workaholic or some sort?
So they say. Certainly, I am a hard-working person.
Yes, I realize that.
Yes.
I mean, most of us want to leave a legacy in whatever we do, and we want to be remembered for something special in our lives. What do you think you want to be remembered for?
Well, first let me say how honored I have been to have been able to serve the country as President of the Philippines. And I am really gratified that we have been able to make improvements on a wide range of fronts. The Philippines that is today is very different from the Philippines that I inherited 9 years ago. And let's start from the most recent achievement, the automated elections that we had for the first time in history. So this has been something that has empowered our people in a democratic society in ways that were never possible before. But of course, and we have other achievements on a very wide variety of fronts. These past elections were automated and also very peaceful. And let me therefore say also about the peace in our country. The Philippines is in fact safer and more secure than ever before. Now, it's not only the people who are safe and secure, the economy is also stronger. We've been able to survive quite well the global economic crisis. We've been able to invest in new and modern infrastructure that will make our country more competitive. We've been able to create millions of new jobs, provide health and education services to millions who did not have access to them before. So all the while, we're also meeting our fiscal obligations. So we have achieved a great deal, I believe, although more remains to be done. Our country as a whole must continue to translate our gains into real benefits for the people. Our country as a whole must continue to invest in what I call the 3 E's: economy, education, environment. But I am happy to say that I will be able to leave the nation in better shape than I found it.
Sorry, I just need to take 2 points here. You mentioned the elections, the automated elections, which is obviously a very good point. However, these elections are in question, and people are talking about rigging and about not the perfection of the system. So I wonder what you want to say about that. Also, the country is still rather poor, Madam President. So how do you want to move forward, or then not yourself, but as a Congress woman, also maybe you have a role?
Well, as far as the elections are concerned, let me say though, I mean, there is a process. There is a process for finding out about whether the allegations are true or not. But certainly, it's a better system than what it was before.
I see.
And then secondly, as far as the country being poor is concerned, at least during my administration, we graduated from being one of the poor countries to being a middle-income country. And so that, and in the past, we had boom and bust cycles. Now we had 9 years of continuous growth. And our poverty rate has gone down, both in terms of objective measures and self-rated poverty.
But how would you describe the highs and the lows of your presidency? What would be those?
Well, I don't want to dwell into the lows because I believe that's very counterproductive to be negative. But as far as being gratified is concerned, I feel great satisfaction that I was able to deliver what I feel the people of the Philippines deserve, which is economic progress, permanent change in their lives, opportunities for the future. That has been the focus of my administration. We have succeeded in very big ways. We've been able to do this while turning around our fiscal situation. And as I said, we've been able to build a better foundation for sustainable economic growth, not the boom and bust that always kept the people in a poverty trap. Because when you have sustainable economic growth, that is the most important step to be able to get out of poverty. And we have been able to create more jobs and better prospects for our people.
Madam President, I've interviewed all your presidents, and every time I find myself asking about the Muslim problem in Mindanao and in Zamboanga area mostly, and the insurgency. And I know you've been giving this matter good efforts. Nevertheless, it remains unsolved. Is this unsolvable problem? What can be done to really achieve peace in that area?
Well, first of all, this is not a question of one religion versus another. It is really a question of peace in Mindanao. And from what I can see, Mindanao is poised for peace. Whether it will be achieved very soon or not remains to be seen. For sure, there's more work to be done. But I think the efforts we've made over the last 9 years have brought us closer to achieving lasting peace in the region. For one thing, I can say that we have a working ceasefire since 2003.
Yes.
Sure, it's been broken a little bit sometimes by skirmishes, but never a major break in that ceasefire, which continues to hold up to now. How have we broken down barriers? We've broken down barriers by encouraging the people to concentrate on building better lives, not on destroying lives. We've done this with the use of soft power, by providing economic opportunity, healthcare, education, basic necessities like water, food, housing for the people of Mindanao. And we recognize from the start that peace requires a two-way dialogue, and it cannot be achieved only through the barrel of a gun.
Yes, true.
So this commitment of ours to this belief is what has made significant progress in the peace process. And as I said, we have a working ceasefire on the ground. What I think is needed now is recognition by all parties that this working ceasefire should be translated into a political settlement so that the peace will be just and long-lasting and permanent.
But what is the main obstacle to reaching the peace? What is the one thing? Because as
I said, there's peace on the ground.
No, I know, but that's not
what we need
the problem.
is a political settlement. That is the political settlement that has to be agreed on.
Do you think there are other factions interfering? That's why you're not achieving peace?
Well,
like regional or international, or
if we talk about the regional and international factors, they are all towards peace. They've been very, very helpful to us, and I'm very, very grateful to our Arab brethren for having supported the peace process so much. So what is the correct formula for the political settlement? That is what we have to look for, and we have made much progress, I said, on peace on the ground. So at least now we can concentrate our effort on finding that formula for the just and lasting peace political settlement.
Yes. Well, you're one of the presidents that have visited the Arab countries extensively, and I must say you're greatly loved over there. How would you describe relations today? What were you able to achieve by these visits to improve relations between the Arabs countries, the Arabs in general, and the Arabs?
All the relations are very strong. First of all, we have millions of Filipinos who live and work in the Arab world.
Yes.
So we have a mutual interest in having good labor relations. Secondly, the Arab world is, as I said earlier, a key element to support our peace process. And we're very grateful for the Arab community giving diplomatic, material, and moral support to our quest for a comprehensive and long-lasting peace in Mindanao. Then thirdly, as the trade and economic relations improve between our regions, the Arab countries have become now a very important source of foreign direct investment. And my visits to the many Arab countries, including Saudi, Bahrain, UAE, Libya, have brought about...
And Syria recently.
Syria recently, yes, have brought about